We're back. What should we do? I don't know. Dude, don't. No spoilers. No spoilers, please. Close your eyes. I don't want you. Oops, you didn't see that. Okay. Most fun character in the game? Forgotten Hard Mode. Oh, baby. Tainted Forgotten Hard Mode. You love to see it. I'm happy to be back. Feels weird. Taking 3 of the last 4 days off. But also feels good. I feel like for the first time since, like, quarantine, I have, if not anecdotes, at the very least, I have, like, seen some movies. And I feel like I have a stronger work-life balance, for sure. So thank you for your understanding and not being ashamed of your words and your deeds. Luckily, that extinguished the fire. I'm happy to be back. It is what it is. And dude, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's crazy to me. I watched 4 movies this weekend. Like, that's the last time I'm trying to... 4 movies in 3 days is wild to me. I don't know that I actually watched 4 movies within the calendar year of 2020. Well, I watched a lot of movies when I was up early with the baby, I guess, but that was more just like for survival rations. It was crazy, man. Hold on. I watched Minari, which was an amazing movie. I had a wonderful experience having watched it. I would highly recommend it. One thing I will say is having, you know, I purchased it for rental on Amazon Prime Video. It was 20 Canadian dollars. Is it the sort of movie that, you know, I would recommend paying $20 for? Yeah, I mean, it is, like, really good. But is it also the sort of movie that probably will be available on video on demand services within the next... Boss Rush, okay. Within the next 12 calendar months? Probably, yeah. So maybe, you know... You judge your own desire to see it accordingly. Minari, great movie. I also watched Jingle All the Way, and I gotta be honest, I hated the movie when I was 10 when it came out. I was like, it doesn't, I didn't derive any pleasure from it. But actually watching it as an adult, I was like, you know what, this is kind of a fun movie, and Phil Hartman is very charismatic in his role as the single dad antagonist. I guess Sinbad's also the antagonist, but you get the idea. Sure, give me this. What else is there? Put the cookie down! Yeah, no, it's not better than Minari, but it is pretty good. I also, after that, I watched Coneheads, which is just... I remember my parents renting Coneheads. I was probably like 6 years old, and even as a child, being like, this movie is garbage. Like, is actually like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like excrement tier. And watching it as an adult, it's even worse. Like, it does have Soul to Squeeze on the soundtrack. It has an unbelievably strong cast, because it has, like, every SNL actor from the early 1990s on it. You know, Adam Sandler, David Spade, Chris Farley, Kevin Nealon, etc., etc. Like, it's nuts. But it's so unbelievably bad. Like, has anyone here seen Coneheads in, like, the last 10 years? It's horrendous. The whole premise of the movie is that they just talk like aliens, and their heads are really pointy. It has Jason Alexander's in it. Like, George Costanza's in it. And he has hair. They are indeed from France. That's what they say. Michael McKean is in it, you know? Also known as Chuck McGill. from Better Call Saul, like it, and also known as David St. James from This Is Spinal Tap. Like it's got a bizarrely kind of star-studded cast. Coneheads is not that bad, bro. Conehead, dude, it's so bad. It's unbelievable. When I was watching it, and then they go to the planet Remulac that the Coneheads are originally from. Phil Hartman's in that one too. I didn't know that until the end, but like, it's crazy, man. There's like it almost has like the Return of the Jedi style like Rancor scene at the end. Like it's crazy, man. Anyway, and then I watched Stowaway, which like, I'm gonna be honest, that except for Coneheads, my weekend of watching movies, it went from good to bad for sure. Like Minari is like extremely good. Jingle All the Way is fun. It reminded me of the 1990s, man. I was watching with the baby, and I was like, "This is what the 1990s were like, baby." Not baby, frick yeah, baby. 1996, baby. And then, you know, Coneheads is just a disaster. But then Stowaway, I was having a good time watching the movie, and then the ending just like, it's one of the only times in my life I've ever had an ending that just straight up ruined the movie for me. I was, in my head, I was crystallizing the review at a 7 out of 10, and then out of nowhere, it was like, by the way, it's over, and the 7 just turned upside down. It became an L out of 10. That was off the top of the dome piece. It's the kind of at runtime joke that you can get after a weekend's rest. L for laughable, lovable. I wish. I wish. Hold on, we're going boss rush, baby. Boss rush. Yeah, we should have gotten angel deals, baby. My bad, baby. Right off the top of the cone piece. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so Minari, recommend it. Also, Jingle All the Way, if you haven't seen it in a while, would recommend it. Coneheads, I would recommend watching it just to see, like, I hate when people say, like, oh, you know how much, like, they must have been, like, on drugs when they made this movie, like, or wow, when the Beatles wrote, like, When I'm 64, they must have been zooted out of their mind on menthol cigarettes, right? But, like, I actually genuinely believe that they must have done so much cocaine to be able to produce Coneheads. Because you're telling me at no point during the production of this movie, there had to be moments where people lost faith in this idiotic thing that they were making, and then went like, can we, come on, if we just leave and we, like, we could recover some of the budget, we can get our deposits back, you know, sure, we're gonna lose a few $1 million, but at least we're not gonna, oh, we do have PhD, thank you, thank you. Like, we'll, at least, like, we can not release this and maintain, like, a little bit of our reputation. They made it. Is it you or Malf who defends Night at the Roxbury? It's a funny story, because I actually defended it a little bit today while talking about Coneheads, but it is Malf, I think. I think Malf is into A Night at the Roxbury more than I am. It's not bad, but it's not great. In fact, I don't think it's good. Yeah, Coneheads is just, it's crazy, man. I also tried to watch, because I was asking for more Malf recommendations so I can finally interface with that guy, and we can have like a shared language and experience, but I was trying to find these movies he recommended. Like he was talking to me about, like, you know, go watch In the Army Now with Pauly Shore. Bro, those movies, you can't get them on any digital distribution service in Canada If you want to watch a Pauly Shore movie, you actually have to pay $5 per movie on Amazon Prime to digitally rent it. And I was like, I'm not willing to do that. I'll pay $20 for Minari, but I'm not gonna pay $5 to watch, like, Son-in-Law or Biodome or something. Anyway, so I'm open to, you know, that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. More idiotic movie recommendations. Like, I actually think it, and I mean, this is the kind of thing you start to tease in your head when you haven't had, like, a real weekend in forever. You're like, you know, maybe I'll just watch every Saturday Night Live movie, and then we can have, like, a recurring bit where I talk about, like, how they relate. No, thank you. But we got a ways to go. I'm trying to think, like, when it comes to SNL movies, Wayne's World 1 is pretty okay. It has, like, almost a plot that makes sense. Wayne's World 2 is not very good, but it's not insulting at the very least. I think okay, MacGruber is also good. Oh, Blues Brothers is, like, even absent SNL, which it's not, but I mean, like, even if you took it out of the SNL context, that might be, like, a 10 out of 10 movie. Not just a 10 out of 10 SNL movie. That's amazing. Watch the Suspiria remake. It's so funny. Have you seen it? It's so funny. It says it was uploaded to Amazon Prime in May 2019, and it has 1 view. Yeah, if I do the SNL rewatch, I might skip It's Pat. I'm not sure if... That's the other thing about Jingle All the Way, and I know, like, some people in chat are gonna be like, that's not okay, and some people in chat are gonna be like, that's because people have gone soft. But, like, Jingle All the Way is a really, like, just nice, easy watch, you know, just a children's movie. And then out of nowhere, near the end of the movie, there's just, like, a weird joke about a Chinese restaurant where you're like, I bet if they could go back in time, they would probably take that joke out. I don't know if I don't want to say it, but it's like apropos of nothing at all. The guy, and it's not Arnold, to be fair, but, you know, the script writer was like, let's just take a shot at this Chinese restaurant for no reason. Anyway. We're moving on. Have you seen Paddington? No, I don't watch movies that get good reviews. Okay, this Mega Satan? Mega Satan? Sure, more important than Boss Rush, maybe Mega Satan. Let's give it a try. Alabaster Box is gonna pog off for us too. Have you seen Citizen Kane? No. I know what I said. I said what I said, and I said it for a good reason. I'll take it. If we're going maximum Zane, why not, man? Why not? Look at that. Look at that. Can of corn. Can of corn item. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other Saturday Night Live movies. MacGruber's a weird one, man, because, like, I saw it in theaters, and at the time, I was like, I know it's gonna be horrible, but I'm, like, the only person dumb enough to appreciate it, and then when I saw it, I hated it. Then I watched it, most people hated it when it came out. Now, people are like, actually, MacGruber is like, it's kind of a cult classic. Oh, my mistake. So I gotta rewatch it again. I really like Will Forte. Like, it's true, there's more Saturday Night Live movies than just movies from Saturday Night Live. For example, Good Burger, is based on an All That sketch. I would... It also stars Sinbad as well, who was in Jingle All the Way. I would count that as an SNL movie. I would also... Someone said, what about Strange Brew? Strange Brew, based on the Canadian sketch comedy program SCTV. What the heck is this? Am I losing my mind? A wooden chest? Old chest? What the heck is that, man? I've never seen that before. Tainted Lazarus unlock? Oh, spoilers. Spoilers. It gives you wooden items such as those 2 pills you just received. Oh, okay. Incredible. Pills, cards, and wood items. Stars, cards, and horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons. Pots of golden rainbows, and me red balloons. It's just too fast to get good wood on that. The best way to keep a man uncomfortable on the mound is to pound him hard and inside. Back to you, Mike. Anyway, I have seen, like, I think I've seen almost every Saturday Night Live movie, because when I was not in control of what we rented from Jumbo Video, my dad was like a sucker for... I mean, like, my dad... I love him. He doesn't have great taste in comedy. Well, let me put it this way. We don't have the same taste in comedy, is probably a better way to say it. He loves, like, the dumbest comedies out there, which is fine. Like, again, who cares? Like, there's more to life than having good taste, but... No offense, Dad. But yeah, like, when I was over there, this is a couple years ago, he was like, let's watch this movie, and then he put on A Million Ways to Die in the West, starring Seth MacFarlane, and I was just like... It's okay, like, I had a great time hanging out, don't get me wrong, but... Do 1 million people die in that movie? Only if 1 million people saw it in theaters. Anyway. I think, but I've seen them, dude, I've seen Superstar. I remember I saw It's Pat on my grandparents' Gray Market Direct TV. I saw it in theaters. Oh no, that's embarrassing. Yeah, I don't know what Gray Market means. Sure, why not? Oh, what the? It's a little spooky. You know what, I think we could make Boss Rush. I think we could make Boss Rush and do this. I genuinely think this is possible. Thanks to the Yeet Cannon. Bro, pop up. Dude! Okay, screw you. I'm out of here. You can shoot these things, like, mighty quick. Makes me think I'm mighty sick. Yeah, I've seen the Lonely Island movies. Like, Popstar is a good movie. Hot Rod, I could take it or leave it, but Popstar is a great movie. What is this song? Mona Lisa, you're an ugly piece of shit. Something along those lines. It's good though, man. Leave the box? No, never. The box could pay out with anything, man. It doesn't get charges until you get Spirit Hearts. That's why it's not getting any charges right now. Thoughts on the cult classic movie, The Princess Bride? There were two takes from ninth grade that I'm very embarrassed by. One was, I was one of two people in my ninth grade debate class that supported the invasion of Iraq. I was 13 years old, and I was just like, why would the president lie? It just doesn't make sense to me. The other one is that we watched The Princess Bride in English class, and I was like, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I've seen it as an adult and recognized the error of my ways, but in ninth grade or eighth grade, I was like, this is, these two things I hold to be true. I don't know which take is worse. I know which take is worse. I guess we'll, okay, we're probably not gonna make Boss Rush. I don't know what I was thinking on that one. I know I keep saying we're gonna do it, but like we're probably not gonna have a chance to make it. So let's try to do Mega Satan instead, I suppose. This run is horrible, man. Shoot your bombs? I mean, I'm trying. It's not so easy, man. Please give me some balls of steel. No? It's fine. I'm only answering this question, okay? Because you asked it like 500 times, which means that it's important, okay? To you at least. What do you feel about the 2007 movie Sunshine? I feel like it's a good science fiction / horror movie. Everybody likes the start, and everybody, when you talk about... okay, now that not working doesn't make sense to me, but everybody has to say, oh, but when they take that weird horror turn at the end, like that's where the movie kind of like loses its... let's go! Oh, he's a genius! Like that's where it kind of loses its way. But I think, you know, if you just look at it as an entire film, Sunshine, good movie. He's finally done it. I would say good movie. That being said, it does have a similar... It reminds me of Stowaway a little bit. Where like the first 2/3 of the movie, I was like, this is pretty sick. And then the end of the movie, I was like, why? But anyway. The end. What about Little Miss Sunshine? Saw it in theaters, love it. Greg Kinnear, Toni Collette, who by the way is also in Stowaway. Abigail Breslin, Steve Carell, Alan Arkin. I feel like that has Paul Dano in it as well. Am I correct? Is Paul Dano the is he the older brother who takes a vow of silence? That is correct. One of his best roles, probably just below him playing guy number 7 in the 2011 disaster Cowboys vs. Aliens, starring Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig for some ungodly reason. That's a banger? No. Heavily wrong. Extremely wrong. I'll tell you as well, I saw Cowboys vs. Aliens in theaters, which is... It was not my choice. It was when I lived in Korea, I had a colleague and friend who was like, hey, there's a movie coming out called Cowboys vs. Aliens. Do you want to go see it? And I was like, not really, but... You know, I don't have much of a social life over here, so sure, why not? It was like a 55-minute walk to the movie theater. Saw the movie, and everybody was like, it was not very good. It was not worth our time. The worst movie I've ever seen in theaters was the Max Payne movie. That's legit. Max Payne, truly, truly horrible film. Yes. Essentially no redeeming quality. Lives up to its namesake. Never has a movie been more aptly named than Max Payne. Men in Black International, worst movie I've ever paid to see. See, that's an interesting idea. The idea, because the worst thing you've ever seen and the worst thing you've paid to see are possibly two different things. Like, I've probably seen some pretty terrible movies in the theaters that my parents paid for. The worst movie I ever paid to see, for sure, is the second Transformers movie. Followed closely by the first Transformers movie. I'm trying to think of what... No, there's more. Soul of Isaac's pretty good. Why are you just walking out? Like, come on. Is this Chance? Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Much appreciated. Most disappointing theater movie? I don't know, man. Like, there's a few. Spider-Man 3 was a big one for sure. Where like, Spider-Man 2 was so good. I saw Spider-Man 3 opening night and was like, this is horrible. Okay, then. It Part 2? Yeah, I heard it was garbage, right? Like, It Part 1 I thought was pretty good. And I remember, like, all the reviews of It Part 2 were like, it's bad and it's in the worst way that it's bad, too. It's just, like, way too long. Nobody wants to watch a 3-hour-long bad movie. Like, have some respect. Sorry. Have some respect and just make it short like Coneheads. Second half of the book is bad, too. Yeah, I've heard that. Ooh, okay. Oh, no, no, no. Dark Phoenix? I didn't see Dark Phoenix in theaters. I've only seen half of Dark Phoenix anyway. It was on TV. Have some respect for the brevity that serves as the foundation of creativity. I love that, like, once a week, there's an argument now over, whether or not the trumpet guy is in the right or in the wrong. It's so good. Like, I checked the subreddit once yesterday, and the top thread was like, no, the angry guy in the trumpet video does not have a case for what he's saying. And I was like, here we go again. By the way, don't speak to me about AHA, LaCroix, Sparkmouth, or Bubbly ever again. We are now consuming Deep Orange. This is Deep Orange. The Western Family Natural Blood Orange flavored sparkling water. Western Family is like, I believe it's the Canadian West's version of, like, No Name. It's pretty good, though. It's pretty good. Like, it might be the best. How many until the taste test? Dude, I'm like, maybe this is an excuse, but like, I'm putting anything that involves leaving the house for preparation on the back burner until I get the damn vaccine, man. I don't know why I said that with the same voice of, like, you know, what's next? A license to make toast in my own damn toaster? But, you know, it's just, it's taking a bit. You can buy groceries online in Canada, but like, I don't think you can buy like a single can of sparkling water from like Instacart times 10 different brands. So I really don't have a place to put possibly like 80 to 120 cans of different flavors of sparkling water in my house. I bought over 16 cases of bubbly this month thanks to you. Dude, I mean, that's not a waste. Like, bubbly is still pretty good, don't get me wrong. You know, it could be worse. I could have gotten you to buy, I was gonna say, like the name of a video game, but I was like, oh, you know what? Let's not. Like, there's no reason to be making enemies. You never know whose sponsorship coffers might grow in the future. How's the docket looking this week? Thank you for giving me something to talk about. I looked at chat, and somebody was like, I'm sure you could buy 1 can of sparkling water from your grocery store online. And I was like, that's funny, because I've never seen you before in my life. I don't know if we live in the same neighborhood, but apparently you seem to know a lot about my local grocery store. And then the next comment I saw was like, I'm sure you could stack 10 cases of sparkling water in some corner in your house. And I'm like, it's funny, because your username is not either Northern Lion or Lovely Momo, so like I don't know why you seem like you're so confident in like the floor plan. But instead, I get to talk about the docket this week. What's on the docket this week is very exciting. Today, I think we're gonna play some. I don't know what we're going to play with Sips and Mouth today. It's probably gonna be Siege, I think. And we'll play Repentance until then. On Tuesday, which is tomorrow, let's introduce a little bit of extra variety, you know? I'm not sure if it'll be Returnal. I'm not sure if it'll be 60 seconds, but let's do Repentance plus variety. Dan, we're moving our co-op, like, schedule stuff around. This'll work. Told you. So on Wednesday, we're gonna do some Isaac co-op. I have very cool stuff planned for after the Isaac co-op, but I don't know if it's been announced yet, so I don't want to say what it is, but it'll be a lot of fun. I promise you'll be interested. It's not a Twitch Rivals. What the heck is this? Bird Candle. Is it the Botez Blitz tournament? Okay, so it has been announced then. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing in the Botez Bullet tournament. Revelation, awaken your faith. How about that? Which I think it's like a 2-hour-long bullet tournament, bullet chess tournament, I should say. It should be a lot of fun. And then 2 things are kind of just like flying right now. Like we don't know where they're gonna be, but I want to do them this week. One is PUBG. I want to play some PUBG with Justin Mouth and like a 4th if we can find somebody interested. And then the other one is more Mario Party. Like there's enough interest, and I'm not saying like I want to be the administrator for this, by the way. Like I'm not sure if Mario Party pops off. I don't think I want to be like the person who is like the Hafu of the lobbies, but like there's so much interest in Mario Party right now that like I think you could honestly have a morning lobby like every day and mix it up. Like I said, I don't want to be the guy administering all of that, but okay, that's very interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see this beam working too well with this connotation or this permutation on regular enemies, but I'm sure for like hard bosses it might hit the spot. But yeah, I want to get... I don't think it'll be a struggle to get Mario Party in. Let's put it that way. Returnal, I decided, like, I'm getting asked enough about it that instead of spending, like, an hour here and there explaining, like, why I have a hunch it's not going to be a great stream game. Like, what if I just spent that time giving it a chance instead? And, you know, it's probably, like, a good lesson to learn for the future. Like, I've watched a little Returnal in general, and, like, when I watch it, I don't know. I don't find it that compelling to watch. So I have my hunch that it's probably not gonna be the most engaging stream content. But I'm willing to, you know, it's a roguelite. It's a AAA roguelite. Let's give it a shot, you know? Let's give it a little try. Why not? But I'm just gonna tell you. Her life is in your hands, dude. Mr. Lebowski asked me to restate this for effect. Her life is in your hands. If I play Returnal and 3 seconds in, people are like, so happy to see NL's finally playing this. And then 2 seconds after that, they're like, oh my god, he left the corrupted power core behind. It was stuck inside of the Venus flytrap. It's gone. It's freaking toasted. So painful to watch. He left a nanobyte cache back there. He left a nanobyte cache? Dude! What is he doing? I did see that Ford had to recall 1.4 million vehicles because the steering wheels were flying off. It's very funny. And also, I think you should leave, obviously. We're good. Take me up. Oh my god, he admitted. Hello, streamer. Are you drunk high? Still makes me laugh. Are you drunk high? Cine V, Best Isaac. Oh my god, you will break your computer if you play this challenge. Are you kidding me, dude? It's incredible. Anyway, so yeah, that's my plan for this week. A lot of repentance. Repentance will be the base of the recipe for sure. Still, something new today, or not new, but something different today. Let's introduce a little variety tomorrow. Wednesday, we got some co-op with Dan in a chess tournament. Thursday and Friday, I would expect to see PUBG and Mario Party at some point. Things can change, for sure. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm wrong. I don't know if we'll see... Well, I don't know what would go by the wayside, but we have a... Dan, Justin, Malf, and I have a sponsored multiplayer thing that's going to happen on Friday. So that will also be cool. Anyway, this run is like unbelievable. What a week. Real gaming. Gaming, baby! It is not Summoner's War. I wouldn't play Dan in Summoner's War. He's already, he's an expert. Raid Shadow Legends? It's not Raid Shadow Legends. It's not a mobile game. That's I'll just I'll bite the cynicism before it comes to pass. Look, all I'm gonna say, hey, have I been offered some Raid Shadow Legends promotions? Yes. I have said no to them, and I will likely continue to say no to them. Just because I don't think it's a great fit for the stream. And I'm thankful enough to be in a position where I don't feel like I have to take it in order to, you know, keep the lights on. All I'm gonna say is anytime you see that your favorite streamer is doing a stream for Raid Shadow Legends, you should be stoked. Because they're having a great day. So I always try to like pop in when well, usually they try to do it in the morning, I think, for some reason, but whenever I see that someone's I know is doing a raid stream, I always try to pop in and be like, Pog! Hello. The Dan Summoner's War stream was... I didn't get to watch all of it because it was like in the middle of the night, but that was hilarious. It had very Champions of Fire energy to it. It was like this huge TV production for a game that was... I mean, I got nothing against Summoner's War, but I was like... It's actually like the way ESPN covers March Madness, but for Summoner's War. It was a fun stream to watch. I hate this item. This item, no thank you. This run though, dude. I got my second Pfizer shot today and everything hurts. Listen. Shut the fuck up. Oh God, I swear to God. Okay. If you don't... Barry, if you don't stop complaining about how much your arm hurts thanks to your vaccine, I'm gonna embarrass you. Wait, really? No. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna embarrass you at this clinic, Barry. Did you see the tweet that was like, Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson here to save the summer, and it was a picture of Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu from the Charlie's Angels movie? Oh, man. I was like, what the heck is wrong? Dude, that's like an opinion that I would have had in 9th grade. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, let's... You had to be here earlier for the callback, but Polished Bone has been unlocked. Oh man. I also saw the big four, like at Target, they were like effective on April 30th or something like that. Products of NBA, NFL, MLB, and Pokemon trading cards are limited to 1 per customer. That was a good tweet. That was a fun one. Can I just deflect your bullets? Wax lips are immune to your charms. I run a card store and it's madness. Dude, I was talking about it with Dan. Like, because, I mean, this is back when I, you know, cared about individual stocks, which I'm not going to, like, belabor the point on. But Topps was going to go public. And I was like, because I know Dan's, like, a sports card guy. I was like, how do you feel about, like, the industry right now? And he's like... Literally, it's insanity. Like, NBA cards are up like plus 7x over the last calendar year or something. And I was like, dude, I knew they were popular. I had no idea it had gotten to the point where, like, the collectible market had gone, like, close to 10x or something like that. Created a new generation of hoarders. I don't know. I think it's just, you know, I mean, it's a complicated discussion, right? Like, a lot of people were extremely adversely affected by the pandemic. If you were lucky enough to keep your job and you were used to, like, I don't know, spending money more regularly, as soon as everything closed down, you're like, I guess I'll just spend the money that I would have spent on, like, you know, going out to just buy, like, Russell Westbrook rookie cards or something instead. Like, I feel like the price of everything is, like, higher than it was, you know, 18 months ago. Yeah, you could just buy tier 3 subs instead. Exactly. No, don't do that. Just tier 1s. Just we don't have the emotes for tier 3 are not worth the price. Okay. It's a charitable donation. Tier 3 subs are up 600%. Let's go. I think I think I have 5 tier 3 emotes, but I don't remember what they are. The only emote I use anyway, I use forehead, I use jebaited, I use lull, and I use mouth smile. Like, I use mouth smile more than any other emote on this website. Oh, that's true. I do use HCJ guys as well. Yeah, HCJ guys is a classic. Yo, hold on. We've never done delirium, dude. There's a 50% chance. You know what, buddy? How was your first weekend off? It was like, I was talking to David about it. Wolves Cringe is good too. You're not joking. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. It's crazy that that's a real picture of Justin and not a cartoon. Hold on. What are you talking about? I just typed it in chat. That's a cartoon. Click the emote. There was an error getting this emote data. Please try again later. Oh, there it is. Dude, what? It is a real photo. I thought it was like a Scanner Darkly type thing. What the heck? That is crazy, man. Oh, no. The baby is displeased. But I was talking about it with, yeah, I'm never using that emote again. I was talking about it with David, and I was like, it's crazy when you only, and I'm not complaining, right? Like, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. It's like a really easy job for the most part. But when you have one day off, it feels like you get like 8 hours of extra time. Because all the stuff that you couldn't do throughout the week because you were working, you shove to like that one day. And then whatever time you've got left over is, you know, now your free time. When you've got 2 days off in a row, it's like instead of getting 8 hours, you get like 38 hours. It's crazy. It's like having a second day off consecutively like quintuples the amount of time, despite only doubling the amount of hours. It's wild. I forgot about it because, like, and again, this is not like a flex, but I haven't had like a scheduled 2-day weekend literally since, and not like even when I worked in Korea, there were like months where you had to just work on Saturdays. Because when the kids got out of school for like summer vacation, they came to the private school that I worked at like twice as often, right? Because the parents couldn't let the kids relax for 10 seconds. So it's like, it's really been like 10 years, basically. Feels good. I mean, that's all I got to say. I'm happy to be there. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll take Mondays and Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays off too. We'll see. At some point. I did, like, okay, this is not, like, I'm not trying to have a bad faith argument, but I did see that, like, there was one person, and it's just a joke, I'm not actually mad. If I was actually mad, I wouldn't tell you I was mad, but instead I would just not say that I'm not mad. But anyway, one guy, Germa, one guy, was like, I support him taking extra time, but I really would rather that instead of taking a day fully off, like he took, oh, Dan, you thank you for the raid, for one, but now you're coming in the middle of like an inside baseball bit that makes it seem like I'm complaining, because I did all the legwork before the raid of explaining that I'm not complaining, it's just a funny anecdote. But thank you for the raid, thank you. Continuing the bit. One person was like, I think he should spend more time with his family, but I personally would have preferred it if instead of taking a whole day off, if he just took the day out of his schedule by cutting 2 days in half instead. And I was like, you know what? How about I just, you know, I stream about 1/6 of the week. How about I just go live for 10 minutes every hour instead? And then would that maybe be a happy medium? Like for a whole month, maybe I'll just I'll go live every single hour just for like 10 minutes, and then going offline, guys, and then come back at 1:15, you know? Little micro streams. Anyway, no, it's cool. It's good. It's a good new schedule. I'm gonna be honest as well. Like I talked about it with Dan last night. I was gonna tweet more about it, but I was like, you know, I think the tweet kind of like speaks for itself to begin with. And literally, it was 100% positive. The response that people had, which I'm very thankful for. But then I was also gonna tweet like, you know, 2 people. When I was talking about my new schedule like 6 months ago, there were 2 people that were like, you should really just take 2 days off instead of 1. And it was David and it was Dan. Coincidentally, also like the 2 people I talked to the most that actually have children. But naively, I was like, nah, dude, I think I'm just like probably built different. Like, I think it'll probably just be fine. And I mean, it was fine, but it could have been better. And now that's what we're implementing. So they would. I gotta give them credit. They're right on that one. Random question, but whatever happened to Antonio Banderas? Took the words right out of my mouth. I was just thinking about that myself, man. I don't know. Antonio Banderas, hold on. He's been in stuff. He was in Shrek 2. He was in another movie that was critically acclaimed recently. Yeah, he was an Oscar snub like 2 years ago. There you go, see? I don't know anything about the Oscars because, like, I spend all my time watching Coneheads, apparently, but... What does that mean? He's a little seasoned these days, but going strong. What do you mean, he's a little seasoned, in quotation marks? He's old? Dude, if I'm old, I'd rather you just call me old than seasoned. Like, that's... You put seasoned in quotation marks, it makes it sound like he did some... Like, that's a euphemism for, like, you know? I don't know, something terrible. Theory of a Dad Man. Great name. Thank you for the gifted subs. Do people in the US know Theory of a Dead Man? Or is that just the Canadian reference? They do, okay. Or as we call them in Canada, Nickelback 2. Lol. I thought Theory of a Dead Man had one good song. Again, as far as I have bad takes from my 9th grade existence. It is not Santa Monica, by the way, which is the one that you hear all the time. I'm trying to remember, because you really couldn't escape Santa Monica. Not the Everclear one. But you couldn't escape Santa Monica in like 2007, 2008. There's one lyric in that song that always drove me insane, and now I can't remember it, which is probably for the best, but I'm gonna curse myself by asking for the knowledge. It's something like, she soaked my bed in gasoline, and then I think he says, I guess I should have noticed, and something like that. And I'm like, just one of those lyrics that you're like, it raises so many more questions than it answers. You telling me you slept in that bed after she soaked it in gasoline? That's from Santa Monica. That's what maybe I misspoke, but it's one of those lyrics that always, like, you know, just bothered me. Plus, I mean, I don't like Theory of a Deadman. I always get Theory of a Deadman and Default confused. Which is really damning, because I owned Default's first album. And I remember I bought it. This is, like, you know, my perfect Sunday when I was, like, 13 years old. I had tennis lessons in the morning. And then my parents picked me up and drove me to the mall. I bought Default's first album because their song Wasting My Time was the best song I'd ever heard in my life up to that point. And then I got driven to my friend's like 12th or 13th birthday party, and we watched Scary Movie 1 for the first time. And I was like, that movie was like an awakening for me. And then we watched John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars, which is just a truly unbelievably bad movie. And also the first John Carpenter movie I ever watched, which is, you know, probably not where you want to start, but it was a good day. What can I say? I had a pretty good day. Yeah, the scary movie with the glory hole scene where Sean Wayans has his brain perforated by the killer's phallus. Look, Scary Movie 1, like, there's a lot of stuff in that movie I haven't seen in a long time. I gotta imagine there's a staggering amount of stuff in that movie you don't want to admit to having laughed at. As a 13-year-old in 2001, some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. I can do it myself. That's Scary Movie 2, where David Cross throws his legs over his own head to perform autofellatio. But I got fond memories of Scary Movie 2 as well. Not dated at all, except for that, like, 15-minute bit where they're doing, like, the Nike commercial where the shoes make the sound just from squeaking on the gym floor. Which one was Take My Hand? That's Scary Movie 2. That's Scary Movie 2. Great run. I was gonna say great movie. That's not true. Great run, though. How about that? Slash marker. Bone.